welcome to The Bridge Show. My name's Franklin Naileu.
And my name's Bradley Pachuta.
Today, we're having Bradley fill in because Luke can't be here today. So, let's get into the episode. We got a wild interview coming up for you. This is Cornerstone's weekday update.
A recent scientific study was released showing that Quincer Hall has a deadly amount of radioactivity coming from the laundry room. Thankfully, they instructed the freshmen to start using laundry detergent, and the radiation has subsided. And yes, for all of you wondering, the Environmental Protection Agents have been called off.
Big news from IT this week. The campus printers have officially gone on strike. Apparently, they're demanding an early Thanksgiving break, citing years of being jammed and ignored until 5 minutes before your next class. Negotiations are still ongoing, but the printers say they won't return to work until their conditions improve, or until someone finally learns how to turn off double-sided without crying.
The cafeteria has recently put out a statement that all college students who eat at the caf must now possess a legal hunting license if they wish to eat the chicken, due to a staggering number of seemingly dead chickens running around the kitchen. They say this is only a precautionary measure for the remainder of this year, as they believe it may contribute to the educational experience.
We just uncovered a historic photo of the famous rock outside Quincer Hall before its first coat of paint. You might know it as, well, the rock. But apparently, in its natural state, it was more of a pebble. Historians say students started painting it simply because they kept tripping over it. Others claim it was an early attempt to make school spirit visible from space.
We now interrupt our segment to share a quick PSA. If you're watching this, go clean off your car from the snow now. The campus safety will ticket you if they don't see your car tag. They recently said in a statement, "Your safety is our top priority." That is, if you have snow not on your car, then it is war. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, though. Most cars in law are hard to distinguish in the snow, including one 2004 Honda Civic that now legally qualifies as a snowbank.
Environmental scientists have revealed a shocking discovery. Deforestation isn't being caused by rising lumber needs. It's actually the fault of Pickett Hall's Christmas tree consumption. Experts warn that if production doesn't slow down soon, Pickett Hall may be the last forest on Earth, turning Pickett Hall into a national park that can only be visited during all halls.
Wow, deadly. Charlie Brown, unfortunately, will not be celebrating Christmas this year due to his Christmas tree being stolen by none other than Keith Lee Hall. Charlie Brown commented on this tragedy by saying, "I can't even keep my tree safe from the college freshmen." Experts say the last time Charlie Brown said something this real was 1963. Just a quick warning to Keith Lee Hall, Snoopy has recently commented on X that he may take legal action. We will continue updates around the hour.
In student housing news, residents in Cook and VO halls say their RAs are enforcing a new mandatory bedtime at 6:30 p.m. When asked why, the RA said, "Honestly, nobody's doing anything anyways." They added that the policy shouldn't change much since most residents are already scrolling on their beds by 5:45.
True.
And that was the weekday update. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, it is now time to introduce our guest for today. She's officially the first woman to be on the Bridge Show podcast. She's won 105 of the 106 Nobel Peace Prizes, only lost to Gandhi. And she has been around the world in 43 and a half days. Please welcome Miss Serena Ferrell.
Hi, thank you so much, Frank. I'm so happy to be here.
Hi, we're happy to have you. Can you just introduce yourself to the audience? Just give them a feel of who you are and why you're on the show today.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Serena. I'm sure if you're a student here, you've probably seen me around. I run around campus like a chicken with its head cut off. That's what 4 years of college will do to you. My brain is so scrambled. I haven't gotten much sleep lately. But like I said, I'm in my senior year of college. I'm a secondary education major, studying high school English, so teaching high school English, and it's so much fun. This is currently my last semester of classes, so I'm looking at my student teaching next semester, which, again, so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm super involved on campus. I'm one of the leaders of our Turning Point USA club here at Cornerstone. I'm on the cheer team. I'm also a TA for one of our professors. I try to dip my toes into everything I can here on campus. I love college life. I love the people here. I love the community. Yeah, I love everything about this school.
Awesome. Well, we're glad we're able to, catch some time and have you on the show.
Yeah, so to start off our episode, we're going to do a real quick icebreaker with you. We're just going to ask it's going to be our quick question quiz, some rapid fire questions, just first thing that comes to mind, say it, and yeah, we're just trying to get to know you a little bit. All right, so first question, if you had to replace your hands with something, what would you choose?
Those like gooey, stretchy, sticky hand things. I feel like those would be the most convenient.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
What word comes to mind when you think of pigs?
Dirty. Or Animal Farm by George Orwell.
That's fair. What would your autobiography definitely not be titled?
A Girl Who Knows What She's Doing.
And if you could use only one emoji for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Oh, it'd be the first emoji on the list. That's like, it's the smile, but with the very exactly circle eyes that looks like it doesn't have a soul. I use that often. I do have a soul, and it's God's, and I love. Yeah, it's just funny.
Hey, it works. And then finally, our final question. Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses, because I used to play soccer when I was little, so I'd get out those skills. This is when I was like 6 or 7, and I'd just like punt them. So it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, sounds great with your skill set. Why not?
So it was fun on a quick question just to, kind of like get your thoughts out there.
Yeah.
Get the conversation going. So, just to kind of do a little bit more of a deep dive, you mentioned you're in Turning Point.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is your title there? Like, what do you do? And, like, how does it reflect in, like, managing your just being a student as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm a part of, like I said, I'm doing a lot on campus. I'm also taking 19 credits right now, which is not fun. I would not recommend. So it definitely looks different this semester specifically than last semester. So officially in their Turning Point, organization, in our chapter, my title is secretary. We joke that I'm just the DEI hire because it's a bunch of other dudes. It's a joke. I actually do a lot and I'm valued. And so I do a lot of the organization and delegating kind of. So I'm like, hey guys, we need a poster this day. We need to have an email sent out this day, or organization, things like that. And we've got a great team around us. I'll do some name dropping. Killian Bies is our president. He's great. He's super committed. Also Devin Bear and Liam Harlan, also really great people. And they're super dedicated to it. And it's so fun getting together with them and planning things and hosting events on campus. Like our kickoff event was a Mission Barbecue catered Constitution trivia night. So much fun. So like I said, we've got great people and it's a good time.
Wow, awesome. It's nice to hear you're kind of the one like, all right, guys, this needs to get done now.
Yeah.
You have a good team to.
I do.
How long have you been in Turning Point in the chapter here?
Yeah, really only last year. So the former president who graduated last spring, Trav Corey, I actually went to high school with him. And so, and then we both ended up at Cornerstone. And so I knew him through that and different things. And I've always been a fan of Charlie Kirk and all that he's done. And so I saw him and Natalie tabling one time last year with like all the Turning Point things and the merch and the free buttons and stickers that we always have. And I was super interested, and they were like, hey, we're going to be graduating. We're trying to put together our people who are going to carry this on. Once we're gone, moved on to better things. They're not dead. They're doing great. And so it just kind of happened.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pick up the torch.
Yeah.
Just being in the, I guess the cluster of all this stuff, you're like, all right, I guess I'll take it up, and then, balancing student, club, and just your personal life. How do you see God working all? Like, how does he kind of work his way in there and help you with your day-to-day?
Yeah, so I do have a funny story that I'll get to in a second. Okay, my first 2 years of college, I kind of struggled. My first year especially, I struggled with my faith. I was also kind of depressed in high school, so I was coming out of that and really trying to find myself and like, okay, what do I believe in now that I'm away from my parents? Are my beliefs gonna differ at all from theirs? And all that introspection kind of things. And so it wasn't until the summer between my sophomore and junior year that I actually started getting serious about this. I was like, okay, if God's real, and I know he is, my mom's an apologist. I know all the evidence and all the things. I'm like, I know there is really good evidence for God, him creating everything that we see, and also the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. I was like, okay, well, if I believe that, if I know that that's all true, then I got to be serious about that. And so I did. I recommitted my life to God, and it's been so good since. My life, it's changed so much for the better. And that's just been so cool. So how I stay on top of that, I pray every morning and evening. One of our old 80s athletic director, Aaron Saygraves, one thing that he told a couple athletes one time is be mindful of how you start your day and how you finish your day. Since that, I'm like, yeah, that's good. Yeah. And so I try to start my day with either a Devo, a Bible reading, or just like a quick verse of the day, especially because I have a 7:30 class. So I don't really want to wake up until the very last minute. And so sometimes it'll just be, I'm taking out my phone, looking at the verse of the day on the Bible app on my way to class, and I'm praying about it. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, in this semester, the busyness of it has been quick things like that. But I'm also part of a Bible study at church. I'm a leader in our church of youth group, which is so much fun.
Nice.
And so I am intentional about getting poured into and getting that godly mentorship, but also when I can with my abilities, pouring into others as much as I can. So I'm friends with a lot of underclassmen and younger people. And so it's fun this year, especially now that I'm a senior, like people are coming to me for advice and things. And I'm like, oh, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But that funny story. So like I said, I'm doing my student teaching next semester, and the process to get a placement, it's kind of difficult and whatever. And it's weird because apparently a lot of teachers are not wanting to take on student teachers right now. And so it was kind of a weird thing. Right. And so my ideal district that they asked me about was Forest Hills. I was like, this is where I want to be. I'm also a certified substitute teacher, so I've done a lot of subbing there. It's familiar. It's that was kind of like the dream placement. And so after like halfway through this semester, I was told that, hey, Forest Hills probably isn't going to work out. Come meet with your academic advisors, see what other schools you'd be interested in. I'm like, okay. So I had that meeting, and it just like there were not really great options. I'd have to drive like 30 to 40 minutes to a school, and I really don't want to do that. And so I walked away from that meeting. I was really discouraged. Then I was like, what the heck am I doing? I haven't prayed about this at all. And so I started praying every day. And like 4 days later, on Facebook, a teacher from Forest Hills Eastern reaches out to me, and he's like, hey, are you still looking for a student teaching placement? Like, stop.
That's amazing.
Stop right now. And so it worked out perfectly. I kept praying about it. I was faithful, and God was so faithful to me through that. And so now I'm looking at like my dream placement. I'm so excited. 8th graders, English and science.
That's cool.
And yeah, so I'm so excited, but God is good. God is good.
Opens a lot of doors.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
That's just awesome how you reflect that, like, faith isn't just going to church on Sunday or going to chapel 3 times a week. It's like, it's a daily, like, remembering and just practice,
Yeah.
It's faith, so.
Yeah, and that's another thing, like with the placements and classes that I'm in right now, I can't go to chapel except for on Fridays. So even then, I love chapel. Guys, go to chapel. It's so fun. It's great for you. But yeah, so like even then, I gotta be even more intentional then about being in the Word.
It's awesome. Well,
Wow.
we do have a bit of a funny question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just a funny question, you know? So, if you had to pick a superpower that came with an equal to not quite opposite negative effect, what would it be?
Flight. I've
Wow.
I've always dreamed of being able to fly. One of my favorite animals is a hawk. Which, ironically, that's the mascot of the school I'll be student teaching in. Really funny. But like hawks, big birds, they soar, they fly. It's so cool. Like, have you ever looked around and like, this would be so cool to see from way up in the sky and to feel the wind on your face? And like, I'll drive sometimes like on a country road with no one around and whatever and stick my head out the window. It's wonderful. Yeah, but like, I kind of long for that. Like, that would be awesome. So flight. A negative, I don't know what a side effect of that would be. Would I have like big hulking wings and I just look like a circus freak?
The only way to
like-
fly is you have to like grow wings each time.
Or if I have to flap my arms, dude, my traps would be huge if that were the case.
Yeah,
Quite a sight.
that'd be a workout for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine just like, oh, there goes Serena.
It'd be nice getting around campus though, like go flying across the room.
Dude,
You
yeah.
don't even have to like walking around the pond. Wouldn't it be
So
just like
tedious.
fly right over?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be the way to do it.
That would be really
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Flight.
I mean, hey, it's a great answer.
What would your superpowers be?
Oh,
mine. Probably either teleportation. No, yeah, teleportation.
yeah.
Telekinesis is cool, but just being able to like, because I live in North Carolina, so the drive is unbearable. It's 12 hours straight shot if you don't stop. So for gas, you know. But so I just being able to teleport or like teleport stuff or people like just go would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. I think I'd have to choose like the superpower to never have to sleep. I'd get so much more done.
We could be so productive.
Oh my gosh. Like half of my time I would get double the time to do stuff. It'd be
Okay.
amazing.
Do you think
It actually means something.
Yeah.
that before the fall we didn't have to sleep?
You know, I've heard that argument. I really wonder if that's true. Like, that'd be really cool.
Because sleep is also like it's a good thing. I like it.
I think
Yeah.
that we probably still have to sleep because for a paper we had to do, we had to, one of the things was like Sabbath and like practicing rest. And I feel like that's something that, I mean, God implicated in creation.
Yeah,
Like, so I feel like we still have to sleep.
that's a good point. Sorry, total rabbit trail.
No, that totally works. I mean, hey, we're all for the rabbit trails and like the different types of
I'm
conversations.
a yapper.
Hey, it's great. We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a little more updates to you. Okay.
Awesome.
If you had just some overall like blanket or niche advice for upcoming freshmen or just anybody in general, like how this could apply to them, what would?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, anything in the caf that you want warm, use the panini press all the time. I got a bagel this morning, and there were a bunch of people putting their bagels in the toaster. Put it on the panini press.
Really?
Yes. So much better because you can get the perfect you don't have to wait for it. Yeah. It's just better.
I'll put it pass through like 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
before like it's toasting.
Or like the first time you put it through, it's already burning, and you're like, wait. How?
Yeah. No,
a
panini
really
press because then you get pressure. Also, if you get the brownies, put it in the panini press with a glass of milk.
Ooh.
That is incredible. Okay, so that's like the unserious niche advice. General advice. I know this is kind of the thing you hear all the time, but get involved. Really. There's so many fun things. I personally struggle with saying no. That's why I'm taking 19 credits and am in a sport.
Right there with you.
Yeah. So all the things, but it's so much fun. It's so fun, and God will open doors for you that He wants you to pursue, and He will close doors that He doesn't want you to pursue. So I think how I've seen that in my life is go through the doors, go through whatever doors are available, because God will use it somehow. I can't subscribe to the belief that there's like one exact path and every decision matters to that. But it's like God will use whatever happens. Like, we do have free will. This is getting kind of deep. But we do have free will, but nothing that we choose can overpower the sovereignty of God. He will use whatever we do. So get involved, have fun with it, Go get on an intramural volleyball team. Those games are hilarious.
Yeah.
Go, I don't know, play beach volleyball with your friends in the spring and the fall, not in the winter, cold. Go play pickleball. Go, I don't know, do things.
Especially when you're here.
Yeah,
This is such a great environment, such a great community.
Yeah.
I feel like you're paying to live on campus. You're paying for like,
Right.
it's not just the fact that like it's what you probably should be doing. You're just like, all right, you're paying this much money to be here. You might as well get involved in what someone has to have.
Yeah. And yes, you're here for school, but that's also not the end all be all. You can glorify God in your academics, but you can also glorify God with the play that you do. You can glorify God a lot with the relationships that you make and how you maintain them and how you treat people and having fun with people. And I'm a big people person. That's why I'm a yapper. And so I love honoring God with my communion with people, with engaging with people in conversation and in sports and in games and in fun things. Just last night, my best friend stayed the night at my dorm and we did our nails and we watched Phineas and Ferb until like 12:30, even though we had a 7:30 lecture this morning. So we did not get much sleep. But like, that's part of the college experience. Like, it's fun. Yes, I'm kind of suffering, but also no regrets because I'm having a good time and I know it's not going to last forever. So have fun while you can. Get involved.
It's the best way to connect.
Yes.
Because we're drawn to community, you know, that's what we're supposed to be. It's what we're made for.
Yeah.
And whenever you just stay by yourself, sit alone, you're hindering it.
Yeah.
So that's great advice.
Yeah.
And extroverts, adopt as many introverts as you can.
It's a really good. Yeah, it's a really good tip. We don't want to leave them out either.
Right.
And draw them in as best as can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people, it's like they're just by themselves, but if you just break that shell, they're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
All right. Well, I think we'll end off our show with our quick weekly devotional. Today's verse comes from Psalm 27:4. One thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. So we just want to kind of ask, like, where have we seen this verse in our week? How have we used this verse in our week? Kind of brief overview.
And it's kind of funny because, we're just talking about like you can glorify God and, doing a lot more than just going to church once a week,
Just
So
kidding.
yeah, it's definitely you can apply this to like everything you do, like just taking care of yourself, like as simple as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna brush my teeth instead of just running to class late, like take the time, think the little things matter. And it just, especially when you keep in mind you're doing this to glorify God, it's a real beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's actually so funny that you use that verse.
Really?
Because that is one that I have memorized that I did a couple months ago. One thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and dwell and inquire in his temple forever. And that really hit me. Definitely not the first time I read it, but recently when I read it again, I actually memorized that whole chapter. And it's just so good because, like I said, I want to honor God with everything that I do. I want to be able to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, to inquire in his temple forever. Like, that's beautiful language. Like I said, English major, I love the language of it. But it's incredible to think that, yes, we can dwell with God because Jesus bridged that gap that our sin created. He died, he took our sins on us and rose again, defeating death. And we can have that personal relationship with God in this life. And so I love it. To gaze upon the beauty of the Lord. Like, have you guys ever seen, the prettiest thing you've seen, like most likely a sunset on like mountains or over an ocean or something? Creation. God created the world that we see around us. And it's so beautiful. He saw that it was good, and we can see that. And we can see his character in everything around us, in the beauty of the trees. There's a Norway maple right there. I also took a botany class, big nerd. And we can see that, why did God make trees? They could have just been any plants, but he made trees because they're cool, they're fun to climb, and they're cool, they're beautiful to look at. And we can just see God's goodness in all of creation and everything around us. And so, I love that verse because the one thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after him, that it should be our life's desire, our greatest desire to seek after the Lord. And I just think that's beautiful. And I strive to do that every day. Most days I fall short of that. I'm like, I really want an A on this exam. Or I really want my friend to compliment my hair. I don't know.
For sure.
Or I really want this guy or girl to notice me or whatever. But what I really, really want, what I pray that would be my number one heart's desire is to seek after the Lord. And I love that verse.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy connection that's totally unrehearsed.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's wild.
So funny.
That is, yeah, well,
Yeah, that's really good though. It's a great message to incorporate in our daily lives. Just kind of that, in both ways, like make sure we look at everything around us and that it is created by God, is beautiful. And in every aspect, in every moment of life, when you're on that walk to, the seminary building for that class, or when you're eating breakfast, like wherever you can to fit in that time to really seek after the Lord.
have gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And one thing you said, fit in that time. Don't try to fit in time with God. You got to make time with God. That's something that I've had to learn. You got to make time with God. Sometimes that looks like setting your alarm half an hour early before you got to get ready for class, just to have some Bible time, or some prayer time. I've noticed that has been really good for me lately. Like I said, my 7:30 on my walk from Central to the Science Building. It's a long walk and it's getting cold. But I'll use that as a prayer walk time, and it's like perfect length. It's good. I might be shivering the whole time, but I'm thanking God for his creation and his goodness, and the ability that I have to walk to class, safety in a warm coat, and all that. So God is good. Make time for him.
Yeah, priorities for sure.
Priorities.
Make sure your priorities are in check, especially with God being in the forefront.
Yeah.
100%.
One thing have I asked of the Lord. And that should be that one thing.
Great. Well, we really appreciate having you come on today.
Yeah, thank you so much
It's been
for
a
joining me.
great experience. We're super glad you came.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us on The Bridge Show. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. So make sure you stay tuned and make a connection.
You find a community.
And build a bridge. See you guys next time.